and Jett Lawrence has turned this sport upside down.
I always say it to Hunter and Jett, you know, like, remember we were one of those kids. Don't ever forget where you came from.
You might see that smile on his face, but this kid wants to win. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, it's such a unique and fascinating family setup, James, that they have. The dynamic's incredible.
Darren, he knew, like, look, I want to be in my kid's life, but at the same time, I don't know everything. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can because I want the best for my kids.
He has every ability to do whatever he wants to do in life, and he does it easy.
We have seen rookies win this title before. We've never seen someone do it at this level.
This guy is a generational rider. He is something special, and you are going to see a display of what the future of motocross is like.
He's lucky that I think Jett has found the thing he was put on earth for. Because as far as in general life, he's a typical kid, fails at, like, can't put his dirty clothes in the dirty clothes basket, packs his bag the last 2 seconds before we fly out, just a complete disaster, but put him on a motorcycle and it's just poetry.
Off the track, he's a kid, he's fun, he's lighthearted, he's a great guy, but man, he rides like a veteran.
Physically and that stuff, I've just been growing up, just getting stronger and just maturing. I would say maturing more on the bike than off the bike. I feel like I'm still the same idiot back then. Now it's just riding more like a veteran, I would say, from when I was 16. 16 was just kind of send it, Jett.
So that whoa! Whoa! The kid is getting wild.
We've been talking about his age and being 16, and we're seeing it right now. He has got to slow it down.
Kind of going at this pace, not full sending. Just like I said, just a lot more mature Jett, but I mean off the bike we're still that same idiot.
Yeah, Jett likes a nice positive vibe. Like, Jett doesn't like anyone cranky or pissed off, or, you know, like, he likes people to be happy around him, and because he's got a pretty good outlook in life, like not much bothers him, pretty easygoing type of kid. Jett, when he was a kid, he'd be off playing down at the creek. We'd be waiting for him for his moto at his, you know, our local little club day. And Jett would rock in 3 minutes beforehand, throw his boots on, his helmet, walk up, sit on the bike, and then go and race. That's just Jett. He's got an inner confidence that he knows, hey, I can win, or I mightn't. I know I have the ability. If I focus and execute, I'll do my job. And he's got that inner confidence in him that he's had ever since he came out of the womb, I swear to you. An Australian, the coat of arms, we have an emu and a kangaroo, which are weird type of animals, but if you know, they cannot take a backward step. They physically can't do it. So for an Australian, we're very used to being the underdogs and being counted out, you know. So we definitely have a real grit. And I brought the boys up to have that grit of just never say die, never give up. So Jett's definitely got that in him. Like, if ever Hunter had injuries and was down, Jett was like, all right, I'll just do it. And he would do it, you know, like, so he's very gritty and determined as far as that goes in his personality, but he still also keeps a very lightheartedness for the people around him, you know. Jett seems to be able to go through most things in life pretty cruisy, like nothing really affects him. Poor old Hunter, if anything's gonna happen, it'll happen to Hunter. And he's just, his whole life, he's fought all the time, just fight. Everything he ever gets, he's had to fight his hardest. And for Jett, things going smoothly, and seeing his brother, he hates it. he just wants his brother to have a bit of a break, you know, to actually have a sweet run for a little while, you know. So yeah, it does affect Jett for sure. I think that's sometimes when Hunt has those bad races, and it's happened all through the amateurs, if Hunt ever had a bad race, you knew you got an earlier Jett straight away.
It's kind of funny. It's ever since I was a kid, and it's going back to I think 2014 at Worlds, and anytime that Hunt is injured or like through the years, it makes me want to work hard because I hate seeing him in pain. I want to try and do as much as I can to hold up my side of thing, and eventually when he gets fully recovered and back riding again, then hopefully I have something to teach him, because I've always learned off him. He's always had all this so much more knowledge than I have. It definitely motivates me when he was injured. For me, it just clicks me into a different gear and makes me want to work harder and succeed even more. I liked it because it was just like my time to finally give back to Hunter and my family, because Hunter's been carrying us for quite a while. So it's just kind of nice to give back in that sense and try my hardest and prove that I want to support and help my family just as much as Hunter wants to.
He's been so impressive what he's been able to do. Perfect so far this year, but the perfect season is on the line. Well, this is really the story that everyone was looking forward to more than anything this year. Jett Lawrence, after 2 great seasons of winning 250 motocross and 250 supercross titles, he's now a 450 guy.
Yeah, and he didn't waste no time coming out here letting these boys know, I'm here.
So when you're looking at Chase Sexton, think about this. He's trying to break a 14-0 streak. So anytime you're trying to go up against somebody like the juggernaut that Jett Lawrence is, you've got to try to find some sort of crack in the outer shell that you can exploit. This track where Chase Sexton has been here twice and won both overalls, that could be the opportunity.
All right, Card is sideways. Revs are up. We're ready at Washougal, and the gate is down. And Jett has a good jump. No, it's going to be one of the Yamahas, and I believe that's Dylan Ferrandis. Not known necessarily for the starts, but he's got one now. Aaron Plessinger is going to lead them on the KTM. He has the motorsport.com hold shot. It's Lawrence and Sexton battling. Second and third up Horsepower Hill. Oh, another attack and an opening in the inside. I don't know if it's going to be enough. No, somehow he did do it. And Jett Lawrence to the lead. To think about going back 5 years ago, not even on the radar for people in the United States. The young Australian and the Lawrence family has said it. You know, a lot of the things that Hunter learned, Jett was able to learn from him, learn them more quickly because his brother was already there. And it has turned into an unbelievable story. You tell anyone that a 19-year-old might be the best in the world in a given sport. That is unreal. But that's the reality we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jason, I don't know if you can say might on that. I think he is. We're watching elevation, and things evolve quickly. And sometimes they evolve so fast that you don't even realize it until it's happening. And that's what we're watching right here with this kid. It looks Jefferless. That's what I'm going to start calling. This is Jefferless. So when he rides, that's his new style. There you go.
Well, to get to 16-0, though, he's got to hold Sexton off, and Sexton has taken it down to 1.4 seconds. It was 2.8 a lap ago. At this juncture, we knew Sexton should be good at this track. We did not see a challenge in the first moto. A little bit better this time. We're now down to 3 minutes and 2 laps to go. By far, the biggest challenge Jett Lawrence has had throughout this, so far, perfect season. It looks pretty darn good. For sure, the biggest challenge he's had all year, but he comes out on top. Jett Lawrence wins again, sweeping Washougal, and he's 16-0.
It would be cool to experience what Dazzy has experienced, you know, coming from nothing and sacrificing everything. I mean, they moved from another country. I mean, Dazzy's saying, oh, you got to stay focused, but I would love to see, I bet inside he feels so proud of just not only Jett, but the commitment from the family as well. It's special. It's cool to see that.
As a dad, the leader of the family, wondering, have you done the right decision for your family? You know, but I was pretty confident because not many families get that opportunity. You know, so we were blessed. So you look on one hand that, okay, yes, it's a pressure situation, but on the other hand, you're like, no way, it's no pressure because we've got an opportunity to see how good we can be and how far we can get. So let's just focus on that. Don't worry about the other stuff. The racing's the racing, but to see you've raised a good man, you know, that will stick by friend or teammate or brother or family member, for sure, that shows the true character, and that what shows is when the camera isn't around. And I think the world's lost a little bit of that, just your own accountability between you and God, you know. They think if it doesn't get put on Instagram, it doesn't happen. And we obviously, us as a family, we couldn't care less about whether the world knows or not. We know, God knows, and that person knows that we did something for them to hopefully make their life better, because we've had a blessing, you know, in the last few years, you know. So people around us know who we are and truly who we are, and that's why we've had the same friends our entire lives, and our team sticks by us and works the hardest they can for us because they know our values and we'll look after them.
Yeah, actually, I have a ton of respect for Darren, and I actually go to him a lot of times with advice for my son, who's, you know, 8. It's really unbelievable to me to be able to have raised 2 boys that are at this level, and a lot of the things that he has obviously taught them about self-confidence and also just the fact that they have so much respect for their dad, you know, that doesn't happen a lot, and you know, even now that they really listen to him, you know, like he obviously makes an impact on them all the time, and that's really impressive to me.
He's a pretty straightforward character. He's one of the most smartest, I feel like, dads that I've ever known. And he's definitely a role model for Hunter and I. He works his butt off, but he's definitely made it helped us a lot with even the suspension, knowing how to kind of set up bikes and certain things for 250 that's helped us get like even more horsepower. And he's just some old farm dude back in Oz who'd even race dirt bikes. We always think he used to ride dirt bikes or did some type of race dirt bikes back in his day, but he was just a farm boy. He'd hopped in a tractor, would ride a dirt bike just to go get the cattle and that stuff. So he's just an awesome father, I feel like.
And the Pro Motocross Championship resumes after 2 weekends off at what may be its most historic venue, the Honda Unadilla National.
Well, it's been an incredible journey for Jett Lawrence. You think about it, and just the progression that he has been able to bring to this premier class. He's on the cusp of winning his first premier class title here today at Unadilla. He's been perfect all season long, and I expect the same here today.
I explained it to him when he started to link like those 5 and 6 rounds together. I just pulled it apart and explained it for him. I said, do you know there's no real monetary benefit for your business to go 22 straight motos? I said, all it is, it's an ego thing. It's a thing in the, oh, he went straight. But as far as financially in your bank, it's just the bonus that you don't win that day. But if you win the championship, it's over a $400,000 increase in his wage for the following year. You know, so it's more important that on that day that, okay, you might go down the first corner and you've got to come back through the pack. Don't kill yourself. Just get back as far as you can get back. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Some days you're the hammer, some days you're the nail.
Jett Lawrence is working on a perfect season. He's just 20 years old. He's taken the sport by storm. Let's go racing.
Jett got a great jump.
Jett Lawrence controls it, but around the outside, he's got a challenge. He's just going to get to the lead.
But if there's Chase, he's been in his position a lot this year. I think if he passes him, then this thing flips upside down. Like, a lot of things change. I don't know. I like what I see from both these guys. I think we have a race, people.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen it like this several times this year where Sexton's close but can't quite bust through. When that time expires, it'll be 2 laps to go, and Jett Lawrence, if he holds on, will be your 450 motocross champion in his first shot at it. We have seen rookies win this title before. We have never seen someone do it at this level. He was kind of along for the ride, learned from his brother, and has now turned into this. The biggest star, at least in the future of the sport, but the future might just be now. We'll go past Christian Ducharme, the mechanic, one more time, and now it says 2023 motocross champion. He's 2 turns away, and as a 20-year-old rookie in the class, he is going to get it done at Unadilla. Jett Lawrence wins the race, and with it, the 450 National Motocross Championship. Unreal, the crowd. This is the biggest I've seen in a very, very long time, or maybe ever.
Unbelievable scene down here, incredible, and I can see you just trying to hold yourself together. The journey we know to this point for you, for your family, has been just hard to describe, I know, for you. So as you stand here now and you look out over all this, try if you can down to share the thoughts of what you're feeling to finally be in this position?
I mean, it's an unreal opportunity, man. I like Hunter said with this championship, I haven't even dreamed of this because we never thought it was possible to be where we are today, and to do it like that with being undefeated so far, it's very emotional for me with all the hard times we've gone through, the hard work, and my family, Hunter, everyone that's been behind me, HRC Honda. It's family. I'm glad I've been able to execute this for them. They took a risk of taking us, and I'm glad I'm able to repay the favor.
This young Australian and his brother Hunter have taken over the sport over the last few years, but now that he has taken the Premier Class title, it is at a whole nother level.
I think the biggest thing and my biggest weapon is just I think my family being around and having my brother doing it with me, and Lucas, who's he's my manager, but he's also a good friend. He's part of our family. It's like now, my dad even says it's like Lucas is like our fourth child almost. Our family, we've gone through so much stuff where some parts I feel like it would almost split us more. It's actually made us stronger as a family.
When we left Australia, obviously went to Europe, we had no one but ourselves. So we grew apart and together in Europe because obviously it was hard work. There was stresses from different things with the team. So you'd be fighting within yourselves, but you're a family. That was just what happens. So you grow stronger through that. It's like a tree branch getting bent backwards and forwards. You know, it forms a knuckle around it and gets stronger. So through those stresses and those pressures, you get stronger as a family unit. You know, so that's definitely been a blessing because that's all we had. We had the teams and people around us, but when you have no one but your family, you know that's where you'll come back to, you know, and you'll know that's your core and your base.
Even when Hunter and I were racing each other in 22 last year, it's like a lot of people were trying to get us to go against each other, but I mean, and my dad said this before, Hunter and I were brothers before the sport, and we're definitely not going to make sure the sport's not going to tear us apart. We're brothers when we're away from the sport, and we always will be brothers.
Today was good, but it's more about the big man here. Fuck, so proud. Just like words and emotions just come out because it's like we were never meant to be here, and like, man, what he went through in Europe and stuff, and just to, man, like trust the process. And every day we're role models to each other in our own unique ways. So just as a brother racing aside, so proud, and can't wait to get up there with him next year and make his life hell again.
21 for 21, 21 starts, 21 moto wins for the youngster who has already wrapped up this 450 title. Can he be perfect? It would seem nearly impossible for what could be a learning year to end with being an undefeated year. But we are on the precipice of that. You know the nerves are high. He can't lie. He's thinking about it. He's hyped up. He's amped up. Will it make him ride better or worse? That is the key in this final moto of the season. Here it is. Reserve gate down. And Jett, an unbelievable jump out of the gate. All eyes on this. Sexton versus Lawrence. One more time in Pro Motocross.
Now, I believe it's important for Chase, if he has any opportunity, we've been saying it all year, he's got to pass him. He's got to do it, and he's got to do it early because we know that Jett is not really concerned about Chase being right on him and behind him.
So Jett Lawrence, the lead is 3 seconds. Chase Sexton got held up by lap traffic. 4 minutes and 2 laps to go to be perfect on the season. And this is one of the biggest challenges, maybe the biggest challenge he's had all year. It is all on the line right now. He's keeping it honest. Right down to the white flag. 1 lap away from perfection.
Yes, sir.
Sexton gave it his all. But here it is, the perfect season for Jett Lawrence. There you go. 22-0. And a huge sigh of relief for him. You saw the mechanic there.
Just launched the bike, just ghost ride the whip, Jett. You don't think this meant something to him? Don't think this kid wants to win?
Exactly. Exactly. You guys said that the title was the goal, but once he got past that, you know he wants them all, and he got it. Plus the emotion of having to push all the way to the end. Sexton throwing everything he had at him. The final margin of victory, 1.7 seconds. Incredible what he has done.
Oh, Jason, what is it, 22-0? 22-0. Rookie, perfect season, like epic, epic. So proud. Here he is now.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's a part of history. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. In the meantime, we are getting closer now to being able to throw things down on the podium.
I feel like the biggest thing I want to leave is bringing technique back into the sport. I mean, I feel like that's that next step in our sport, and I'm hoping to leave that on the sport for the younger ones coming up, and bringing them kids up just to, not even just to go faster, but just to be safer on a dirt bike.
Yeah, when they're done, I mean, I think that they are going to leave a lot of records that aren't going to be touched, probably ever. You know, that just being brothers alone and winning championships on East Coast, West Coast Supercross, they're definitely bringing Australian riders, you know, especially up another notch, you know.
Like, we do focus on after career stuff already, I do, and Lucas and I do. But for Jett, he just lives day in, day out. You know, he has little goals that he wants to do, and he wants to win as many championships as he can, for sure. That's sort of a no-brainer. But more so, I think, just as a family unit for Jett, I think as a family unit, he'd love nothing more than just him and Hunter be 1 and 2. And for Jett, obviously, he'd like to be number 1 some days, and some days I think Hunter's happy that he be number 1 or he be number 2. Like, their brotherly bond is so strong, and as long as the Lawrence is first and second, that's all they want to do.